So starting, in 2018, you're developing this along with some experimentation on your own. Describe to us what was the breakthrough that you realized this could really be a machine that you could develop into a business.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing, getting the AI working and getting it killing the weeds from the camera system, from the AI, that was pretty incredible. Um, but again, you kind of you go through this funny cycle where you get enough data for a specific case and you test it and you can kind of see how it works and how it would work. But then there's this bootstrapping process about how do I get enough data to make a model, a computer vision model that works in every farm. And that looks pretty daunting in the beginning, but we sort of tackled it by focusing on a couple of core crops from the beginning, which allowed us to get enough machines out into the field, and all of those machines are sending images back. And so we are able to get that cycle up and running. And then you just kind of knock it down, one new crop at a time until you start to generalize some more. And so now, we have hundreds of machines out there. We're always getting new data back. So the computer vision models are just getting better and better. But that's because we're on the other side of that hill to climb. And so in the beginning, it was really more about seeing how you could do this, how it could happen, and then just kind of saying, okay, let's make a go of it. You never really know if it's going to work out or not. And you don't know. It's kind of funny when you're doing these, what are almost sort of pure science projects, right? Because nobody knew if this was going to work. When you're in the thick of it, you kind of realize that you're pushing into boundaries where nobody can help you, right? Because nobody knows what the answer to the kind of questions are that you're
Nobody's
trying
been there
to.
before. Yeah.
Nobody's been there. There's nobody to ask, and so you're doing it. Like, who's figuring out what research do you look at? Who do you talk? It's us. It's just us. You're doing it. But but the flip side of that is it's so engaging. Those kinds of activities, at least for me, are kind of like the most of the point of being alive. I'm going to discover new things.
This is that entrepreneurial and that creative spirit. Eh?
Yeah, and I think it's like a hunger for knowledge, and you're kind of like, the fact that nobody's done it before is maybe the most interesting part, because there's something. It's kind of like there's something that's true. It either works or it doesn't work, and the only person that's going to figure out what that truth is you, right? That's pretty powerful and actually quite fun.